welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to explain the difference between the little greys and the Zetas from my experience and what I gained of knowledge from books from Anna Hayes and Alf and Christa Jasinski. But before I read anything about these species, I had astral projections where I met both of them. Firstly, I met the little greys and they were really small, like the half of a human being, and it was a fearful dream. It was like a nightmare. They had something in their energy that was really infiltrating, and they were hundreds. So that wasn't really a nice dream. Later on, when I did my first clearings with the Arcturian, Syrian, Pleiadian healing teams, I had a really intense astral projection where I was on a spaceship and I had intercourse with a Zeta. They were as tall as humans, had greyish, violet, greenish skin, more grey, and this almond-like eyes. And I felt this really intense spiritual connection, but without any emotion. It was not that feeling of love what we have to another human being. So, and they told me that I have to work on my root chakra so that the spaceship can land. 2 years after that, also in springtime, I had another astral projection where I was lying in my bed and suddenly I felt this presence. I was a little shocked, but then I knew it was a good kind and we had intercourse, and yes, it felt really good. Oh my god, yes, you know now. But the main thing is I didn't know really why that happened, but I knew from some mediums and a healer, a female healer that works with the Arcturians, that they try to reproduce themselves with human DNA because they have left the capacity to feel emotions and they cannot go on in their evolutionary journey without emotions. So I hope I could help them. I don't know if it worked out. I don't know if I have any hybrid children. But this last Zeta alien I talked about also tried to help me and said something with heart chakra. I saw a heart symbol on his chest, and then he was teleporting away. So I think this had two messages. Firstly, that they came in peace, and secondly, that I have to work on my heart chakra, and I knew that at this time. Okay, the difference between the first Zeta and the second Zeta was that the second Zeta had a little bigger chest, was more masculine, but I think they were the same species, but this individual was more masculine and also greyish, almond-like eyes, and no percentage of fat on the skin. I could feel the body of the alien and it was totally only bone and skin and muscle. And what's very interesting is that Anna Hayes wrote in her book that there are two kinds of Zetas, the enlightened and the non-enlightened, and the non-enlightened would forceful, with no soul contract, make women pregnant and take them on their ship, and the enlightened Zeta are very respectful of the human free will, and they only would make intercourse with the soul contract. Therefore, I know I had contact to the enlightened Zeta because it felt totally harmonious. And yes, what I want to say about the little grays is that I think it's true what Alf and Christa Jasinski wrote in their books, that there are biological robots, there are no real species with a soul, there are robots, and it would explain my feelings in the nightmare I had with them, because they just didn't feel like real in some way. Yes, soulless, like machines. And I think we really have to be careful to put everything in one box, especially when it comes to aliens, extraterrestrials, humans, because there are so many cruel humans, but there are also enlightened and loving humans, and so it is with extraterrestrials, also with reptiles, reptilians. In fact, no species is bad or evil in its essence.